Welcome to the Coolest People I Know podcast. I'm Doug. I'm so glad you're here joining us today. We have on the program today, if you can believe it, if you can imagine it, one of the coolest people I know. Her name is Ashley. Ashley is a longtime dear friend of mine who we've worked together on various projects, but most recently, she has stepped away from the corporate world of the 9 to 5 to join us, who are the entrepreneurial committee of the 9 to 9, that we never stop working because sometimes it's better to work for yourself than work for somebody else. And she has started Alt Control Delight, a VA agency that is helping businesses around the world accomplish their goal and their mission. So you're going to hear a lot from her today. Let's listen to her story. It's going to be a good time. Ashley, welcome. It's so good to have you on the Coolest People I Know podcast. I know a lot of people, and you're easily one of the coolest I know because you're a mom, you are a cook, you play Sims, and you drink a ton of coffee, and you also run an amazing business called Control Alt Delight. So, welcome.
Thank you. Also, I'm glad you finished the sentence with Control Alt Delight, because if you told people that I run, that would be just a blatant lie. So
yeah, we're gonna keep the lies till the end. So
we'll spread them out a little bit, but don't come in hot with them.
Oh, that's fair. That's a bold strategy. I like it.
It's two truths and a lie the whole time.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's start with then hopefully what is the truth. So we always ask the same couple questions on here to get to know you and what you're doing and what you're building and all that kind of stuff. But first, tell us who you are. Who is Ashley?
I feel like you just covered it. Let's see. Who is Ashley? I'm sitting in the same existential dread as everyone is these days. So I feel like that's a little hard to answer. But I am a mom, which is great. I have a 3.5-year-old, which is also the reason, coincidentally, that I drink a ton of coffee. And he's adorable anarchy in shorts. That's what he is. And cool. So I got really into cooking and baking during the pandemic, even though I was famous for hating to cook. And I just did it to survive. And now I enjoy it and I try complicated recipes. I don't know. Things happen, I guess. I play Sims still, going on 20 years strong. Maybe a little older, actually. Not going to go into that because that could get super weird really fast. And what else? I have a business that I started, Control Alt Delight, as you know, because I didn't want to work for other people making them rich anymore. I don't know if I should say that, but it's true. And I worked for
if anything else, we can count that as one of those lies we talked about. If anyone comes at
Totally. I love making other people profitable while making the bare minimum. It's my favorite thing.
But that's interesting. I think that's a lot of reason why people get into building their own business. Like getting to the spot where you have control over how much you can make and what your time looks like, and like the qualities and characteristics of what you're building is key. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like it's a good thing. Yeah.
But then as for
oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I guess also in the scheme of who is Ashley, think I'm a 38-year-old elder millennial that's still trying to enjoy the nostalgia of my youth without making it my entire personality. But I have a Taking Back Sunday tattoo with my best friend, and I still play Sims, which I started when I was 16 or 17, and I just I enjoy some good old-fashioned callbacks to Charlie Bit My Finger and Candy Mountain with the magical Leopoldan, and that sort of thing. Yeah, just an elder millennial fighting through life like the rest of us.
I was going to say it's a good place to be, but I don't know. I think a lot of us would disagree right now and just kind of say it's a place to be.
It is a place. It is a place in time. I'm sure it'll be a different place once I'm on some medication. So
fair enough. So, tell us about your Sims world. You haven't been playing the same Sims world since for 20 years.
No,
Okay.
no. Partially because it's so built on imagination that I forget. I'm like,
Okay.
what are these people doing? I'll just delete that, start over. But I don't know. I started it when I was in like high school, and okay, this is going to sound really dark, and I need no one on this podcast or watching this podcast to judge me right now, but you can get very creative with ways to people, and it's funny. I don't want to do any of these things in real life, which I feel like is important to mention. I have no desire to commit any of these things.
For legal purposes,
For
I'm not
legal
saying I would
purposes,
do these.
this is just a silly thing on The Sims, okay? And I'm not a weirdo. I mean, I am a weirdo, but I'm like a fun weirdo. I mean, but like you can have someone get attacked by killer rabbits. Come on. Come on. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. But it was actually nice back to the pandemic, when we couldn't go anywhere, right? It's just me and my husband and our dog staring at each other in the house. And so I was like, oh, I guess I'm gonna pop off to a tropical vacation in The Sims because can't do that right now. And like go around the suburban neighborhood on walks, I guess, but couldn't do anything. So it's fun. It's fun because it's always different, and there's like different challenges that other creators have made up, so you can follow those and kind of do your own thing. Or yeah, you can do like page battle fights. I don't know, it's just whatever you're in the mood for.
The world is your oyster. So,
The world is your oyster. You can play God in a not weird narcissistic way.
interesting. Speaking of playing God in a narcissistic way, you're a business owner as well. And as many of us business owners are known to be narcissists who,
What a
and
segue.
I'm not saying that you are by any means. You're the one of the least
No.
narcissistic people I know. Um, but I guess tell us a little bit about Control Alt Delete, and how did that get started? What does that look like for you, and what are you building?
So I'm a virtual assistant. There's a couple of different things here. So like my like first long-term professional job was as an admin, and I supported like 4 program managers and like 8 departments and all this different stuff. Like if there was a thing that needed to be done, I could do it. And I did do it. And I did that for a long time. And then I was like, this is terrible. I hate this. I never want to do this ever again. So I had some other jobs. And I was like a business manager for a while, doing like back office support. I did bookkeeping for a while. I had a bookkeeping business for a while, which I still do, but it's I'm focusing more on Control Alt Delete. And it is very hard to find bookkeeping clients, even though my business partner and I are great at what we do. But I was like, maybe I'll just try the virtual assistant thing again. One of my dear friends like has a company that teaches people how to be virtual assistants. And I was like, why not? She gave me access to everything. Like, I'll just try it. And I think in the first 2 weeks I was in business, I had 3 clients. And I was like, oh, maybe I should just steer into the skid of administrative stuff.
Mm.
I mean, and it's different when you're working for yourself and you're not working for other people that may or may not know how to manage underlings, such as myself. So, it's nice. I can say, hey, no, you're not the kind of person I want to work with. Or, hey, here's how much I charge. You can take it or leave it. Like that is nice. Although, of course, being your own boss kind of sucks too. No one talks about that, but it does. If
Wait,
I don't work, I
what
don't
do
make
you hate
money.
about being your own boss?
Well, you know what? I miss PTO. I miss PTO so much. If you listen, people watching this, if you have PTO, would you just use it? Just use it. It's there to be used. Because someday you'll have your own business for good reasons and you won't have PTO and you're going to be sad about it.
Yeah, it's hard when you're like complaining to your loved ones and you're just saying, "Oh, my boss is just awful. I barely get like anything done. I don't have the time." And they're like, "Who do you work for?" And they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, myself." Yeah, it's that old saying that, I'd rather not work 40 hours a week for somebody else. I'd rather work
Yeah.
168 hours for myself.
That's exactly what it is. I've
Yeah.
never heard that, but it's true. I was like, oh, I'll have so much flexibility. And I do. I do. But I mean, if you have like hourly clients, if you don't work, then you don't get paid. Or I end up working a lot more than I thought I would. So it's okay. It's okay. I'm still in like the baby stages. We've only been doing this for a few months. It's been going great. I've even like looped my husband into it because he does project management stuff. And I was like, let's add a project management branch because why not? Also, if you need project management, hit us up. Uh, that was like a shameless plug for the masses. So
No, that's totally fair. And honestly, like one of those things that I think is often lacking is project management across the board because a lot of times,
yeah.
a lot of smaller places can't afford like a whole project manager. Because
Yeah.
it's pretty expensive. But to have somebody who can come
Mhm,
in, bring their expertise to your smaller projects, that kind of thing, can go a long way.
mhm. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I figured loop him in, and then I offer a wide range of administrative tasks because of all that experience I have from over the years. And I'm just kind of like rolling it into one ball and saying, here you go. May I have some money, please? And then now adding the project management side in. So it's actually going pretty well. And it's making me wonder why I didn't start it sooner.
That's awesome. That's a good place to be. Let me ask
It's a
you.
good place.
In the day and age of AI and like the rise of all these automated tools, like what makes what you're building important to the world around us?
You know what? I do use some AI in my stuff. But ultimately, you're just never going to replace humans. They can make some stuff more efficient, but like I I've seen where like AI will just add in fake quotations from clients or they'll make up statistics or and I mean and it's doing the best it can as a robot. But at the end of the day, my clients don't want to be like, "Oh, hey, where did you get this statistic?" And I'll be like, "ChatGPT, sorry." Like that's not good for anybody. So, I mean, yes, AI could benefit us and like help streamline some things and even make me more efficient, which I'm also telling people I can help make you more efficient. But at the end of the day, like you still need a person to look at it. And so much of the AI stuff looks the same. Like I feel like it's becoming very easy to see an article and be like, that was written by ChatGPT. Oh, that was actually written by a human. Like it's you still need that human touch. You really do.
No, that makes a lot of sense. When it's funny, I was on a call this morning, trying to get some information um, about a property, and went through the computerized system, spent almost an hour and a half just trying to get to a human being, like finally getting to the point where I'm screaming into the phone, human, human, human. My kids are laughing at me. My wife is like, oh no, trying to figure out if she's going to call the police. But like the sense that, yes, you can get so far with these automated
Hmm.
tools and with the AI, but you really
Hmm.
need kind of like the human being to get like the first 10% and the last 10%. Like
Hmm.
AI may fill in the middle of the sandwich, but like you need the
Yeah.
bread in order to handle it.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Or like if someone needs personal recommendations for something, sure, I can go on Google or I can go on to ChatGPT or whatever, or any of those systems and say like, find this stuff. But at the end of the day, personal recommendations are still going to mean more. At least I hope.
Hmm.
Think that they do. But yeah,
You
who
bring a
hasn't
personal edge to what you do. I think that's really important.
exactly, exactly. But also to your point, who hasn't been on the phone screaming, yeah,
Mm.
it's terrible. Terrible.
with with the You had mentioned a couple different things that you've tried and that kind of thing with the
Hmm.
bookkeeping business as well. I guess
Yeah.
when did you find that you were ready to, I don't want to call it jump ship because I know you're kind of doing both in tandem, but
Yeah.
both aren't necessarily like filling a whole day or a whole
Yeah.
bucket or whatever it might be.
Hmm.
Um, what does it look like for you to run those things in tandem, and how do you know kind of how to say, I'm going to jump off this ship because it feels like it's sinking, even though it hasn't sank yet?
Yeah. Well, so my business partner and I started the bookkeeping business in like fall of 2023.
Hmm.
And I quit my full-time job to do it. Like she and I complement each other very well and we're like, all right, we're going to do this. We like have the skill set, we're going to do it. And then of course both of us quickly realized, oh, we don't know how to market ourselves. Oh, we need to do social media for this? How what? So we tried it. what year is it, 25? So I tried full time for almost 2 years. And we do have a couple of very wonderful clients that we still have with the bookkeeping business. But excuse me. But it's I still haven't been able to like replace or even come close to my full-time income, which wasn't that high to begin with at my last job, mind you. So it's been almost 2 years, and she went from being part-time at her position to having to go full-time because it's expensive to be alive right now. I'm sure everyone's noticed.
True.
And I was bringing in next to no money, and I was like, I'm gonna try this because someone else reached out to me and they were like, "Hey, I know that you have this long background of administrative stuff. Can you help me?" And I was like, "Sure, okay." And so then I was like, "Well, maybe I'll start like Control Alt Delete. What a cute little business name." And then within like 2 weeks, I got two more clients, and I was like, "Oh, I guess this is like a thing I should do. I'm gonna take this as a sign from God, the universe, Cthulhu, Flying Spaghetti Monster, everybody." Everybody is just like throwing it my way. So so we have scaled back on the bookkeeping thing. We're just maintaining the clients we currently have, but like I'm just kind of going whole hog on the VA business because it's what's paying my bills, honestly.
Hmm. That's interesting. It's always fun in life when you find like life is presenting you the opportunities and the route, that you're supposed to
Mm-hmm.
take, and it kind of feels like,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's not necessarily, well, let me ask that actually. I guess when that happened, like when all of a sudden it
Mm-hmm.
seemed like like you said, the winds were shifting and all of that, you know, is that something you went along with begrudgingly? Is that something sometimes those things happen and we're like kicking and screaming the whole entire way, but it sounds like you've kind of walked into acceptance, not only acceptance, you're excelling at this thing, you're building this business. I guess tell me what that looked like for you emotionally.
Emotional is a very good way to describe it.
Yeah,
Um,
fair.
I I have to be delicate how I say things just in case, depending on who hears this. It wasn't always the best experience with my previous admin assistant job. There were a lot of highs and there were a lot of lows. So I kind of jokingly say that I have professional PTSD, which also made me really good at what I do because I had some very hard bosses who are lovely people, but just it was hard. It was very, very hard. So I kind of just lumped all the admin stuff into one bucket of absolutely not get that away from me. And I put it as far away as I could. So the person that initially approached me for like admin help needed like client communication stuff and streamlining her systems and then like a little bit of like graphics creation. I was like, well, I can do all of that. That's fine. And so I wouldn't say that I went into things like kicking and screaming, but I definitely was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it it all fell into place so great, honestly. And I wasn't kicking and screaming. I was a little like, I don't know about this. But it's been so good, and I'm not even mad about it. And I feel like I mean, people don't quit bad companies, they quit bad managers, right? Like I mean, sometimes they're bad companies, but like I've quit jobs because of bad managers before. I think everybody has.
Mm.
And that is like the best part about working for myself. Like if I'm being a total jerk, then I can just leave for the day.
That's true.
You're
Yeah,
like,
it's
I am
harder, I
sick
guess,
of
to
you, and
leave
then
your
leave.
bad manager when you're working for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it helps that I work in like an unfinished basement with boxes behind me, so it's very easy to like separate myself from work when I'm not working.
Wow, that's awesome. I love that. So, as part of everything we do here, our fourth question is always a question from a hat. I've got this very large spinny wheel here
Oh,
that I'm
geez.
going to share with the world. And so, whatever the question is that comes up, it's going to be your question.
Oh, oh my gosh. You weren't kidding.
Oh, it's a very large spinny wheel.
Pick something
Okay.
good. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Yeah. Are you ready? Are you ready? We're going to hit spin.
Okay.
There are some scary questions on here, but then there are some that are just like super softball, super fluffy. And your
Let's hope for a
question
fluffy one.
is, What's a lie you believed for way too
Mm.
long?
Oh, goodness.
Speaking of
Oh,
PTSD,
I'm like, there are 19 different answers that just popped in my head. Oh,
are you
gosh.
trying to like then judge the amount of days or time that you've believed those things?
Well, and I'm trying to judge, like, I think it's safe to say, let's not go political. Okay, let's not do that because nobody wants
Fair.
to talk about that right now. Nobody wants to. It's a lie I believed for way too long. Ah, so many. Oh my gosh. I feel like my whole life has been a big lie. That's not true.
Okay,
That's not true. I'm
so let me ask it this way. When
okay.
this question popped on the screen, something popped into your head immediately.
Yeah.
What's that thing?
You know what? This is gonna be a sad answer, and I'm sorry to everyone. Trigger warning for everyone. It would be that my weight and what my body looks like is it affects my self-worth. That is the lie, that my weight was directly tied to my self-worth because I was always a very chubby kid. I grew up in that super fun time of Jessica Simpson being fat at a size 4 and Britney Spears postpartum, like a month postpartum being fat. Like, and then seeing them as a chubby girl, it was like, well, I'm a whale if they at a size 4 are too fat. So it took years and years of therapy and a brief stint of antidepressants to like help get out of that. And
That's interesting.
not to say there aren't still bad days, because everybody has bad days, but at least I'm not like, oh, I'm a horrible wife and mother because I gained 5 pounds. Like,
Mm.
thankfully, I'm not there. So, but that was like the gut reaction of, oh man.
Have you seen the there's the whole drama right now happening on social media about Jennifer Love Hewitt, and you
No.
know, who has a very, they take the picture from her, in her super young adult days versus now she's a mom of three, so she has a
Yeah.
body that kind of matches that, much more
Sure.
curvaceous, much more, much
Sure.
bigger than she was at that age. But again, she was
Sure.
18.
She was a child. She was a child.
Exactly.
That is what kills me. This that is what kills me. Some people are like, she's fatter than she was when she was 17 because she was a child.
Right.
Like, full stop. Like that's the explanation. Doesn't matter what size you were. You were a child. Like, your body should be different from where it was then.
Hmm.
People or what was his name? Poor Chadwick Boseman. Same issue, different side of the coin. Dude looked unwell for a long time and people crucified him for it, and then the poor man died of cancer. Like, he just I just leave people's bodies alone. That's the
Hard
moral of the
agree.
story. Just leave them alone. Just leave people's bodies alone. Let everybody exist. Your problems with my body are not my problems. Like, go away.
It's like a very elder millennial thing. Leave Britney alone.
Which also, we do owe that guy an apology because he was right. Like, poor
He was
Brittany was
right.
going through. He was right. Wasn't named Chris Crocker.
Couldn't even tell you nowadays. Let me
I'm
ask, because you brought this up, and you mentioned like it was an issue. Obviously, we kind of all go back and forth on things like this. What helped you make that jump from the lie to the truth?
Oh gosh. There was a lot of prayer involved, honestly, not to be like super spiritual, but like there was a lot of prayer. And you know what? For a long time, I also pinned my identity of what boys thought about me, like in college. And like I was like, well, my boyfriend thinks I'm pretty, so I must be pretty. And then we broke up and I was like, oh, am I still pretty? Does anyone think I'm pretty? And like I had to kind of like reprogram my brain a little bit and be like, you exist outside of other people. Like, you are your own person. And so it's been an ongoing process. It has been for a very long time. And it has helped. There's been like a huge shift in the body positivity movement of like, hey, let's leave other people's bodies alone. Like, it's none of our business. And so seeing that kind of stuff also reinforced has helped reinforce in my brain what I've been working on. Even stuff about like I'm not going to sacrifice my comfort for the sake of others. Like I didn't wear shorts for years because my knees were bumpy. And I was like, what if someone doesn't like my knees? That's not my problem. That's just not my problem. Like I'm hot. It is 1,000 degrees outside. This is not my problem if you don't like my knees. I'm wearing shorts, dang it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, what I mean, it is a powerful message and a powerful reminder. Like, it's you exist outside of other people
Yeah.
is so
You
key, and
exist for
especially in this day
yourself.
of age of
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah.
It becomes so lost in the plot where all of a sudden, if we don't have the likes, we don't have the
Hmm.
follows, we don't have people paying attention to us, then yeah, your self
Yeah.
worth is directly tied to that. So.
Exactly. And it's at the end of the day, it is you and yourself. It's you and your brain, you and your heart. That's it. Like just nothing else really matters outside of that. So there wasn't like one moment where I was like, this is it, I'm fixed. But it's been an ongoing process for gosh, probably 20 years now. But doing pretty good. Doing pretty good these days. I'm wearing a halter top. That would be unheard of 20 years ago. So I
There
mean,
you go.
look at me.
Oh, I love it. Okay, last question then. Probably the most important question besides the Sims one here
I'm
is,
scared.
what's one question no one has ever asked you that you wish they would?
Sorry, I just went to two different things. Um, my first thought was how, as you become an adult, like I'm sure you've seen that meme, like no one ever asks you as an adult, like how fast can you run and what's your favorite dinosaur? No one ever asks that. My 3.5-year-old doesn't even ask me that because he's too busy talking about his. I'm like, I'm here too. Hello. Um, I don't run because arthritis is real. So that's
Mm.
a thing. And I don't really have a favorite dinosaur, I guess, unless you count the magical Leopleurodon, which has made a second appearance in this conversation, Doug.
That,
Maybe it is my favorite. I don't know.
that's
But
two Charlie the Unicorn references.
the unicorn. But you know what? You know what people don't ask me? Have you ever slapped a zebra in the face? No one's ever asked me that. Because I could say yes, I have.
Oh, okay. I was riding with you up until the zebra part, so tell me about a time you slapped a zebra in the face.
So grateful you asked. No one ever asked. There's a safari park in Central Virginia because I used to live in Virginia. But there was a safari park I went to with my best friend many years ago, and you just like drive through with a bucket of food and you like feed the animals, and it's so exciting. And she was driving, and we got to the zebras, and there was one dude that was super greedy. I mean, these are like big buckets, like, big buckets. And he finished her bucket. And then after he finished all the food in her bucket, because she's just like holding it, like, please leave me alone. Then he started trying to nibble on the steering wheel. And the steering, I mean, this thing was like, all right. And then he went for her shoulder because the steering wheel wasn't working. So she was like, what do I do? So I was like, I don't know. And then I like smacked it on the face. And then it made whatever sound zebras make and then ran away.
Wait, so how many years ago was this?
Oh gosh. Probably 15.
Okay, I don't know what the statute of limitations is on zebra slapping. Um, so I just want to make sure you're not going to like get yourself into trouble or anything.
Be okay. I
Okay.
think. I don't know.
You know what?
This that was
The
that
zebra
was
needed that reminder of
he
consent
did boundaries. Exactly.
boundaries.
She did not
Hmm.
consent to that little shoulder nibble. So excuse you, sir. Citizen's arrest over here.
Yeah, that's a really good thing. Um, wow. Well, I'm really glad to be able to be the first person who's asked you that, and I may
Glad
never
someone
ask
finally
that
did.
question to anyone ever again. We'll see.
That's fair. Why would you? I mean, I just like peaked that question right there. So like there's no better answer.
Oh, I love it. Ashley, this whole show is about the coolest people I know, and you are one of the coolest people I know. So I'm grateful for your time. Thank you for sharing about Control Alt Delight and your zebra slapping adventures. Where can people find you? How can they get in touch with you?
I have a website. It's very cute. It's called delightfulva.com. It's not Delightful Virginia, just to be clear. I know I said I'm from Virginia, but delightful virtual assistant, delightfulva.com. You can find me on Instagram, although I'm really bad about posting on there because I'm always working. So it is there though. It's there. And I'm also on Facebook. Same thing, Delightful VA. Come say hi.
Awesome. We're going to send as many people your way as possible. So, especially
Thank you.
those who are involved in zoological assaults, I guess.
Oh no, I was gonna say zebra haters. So
Ze-
I like zebras. I do like zebras. I didn't enjoy it. I mean, it's a good story now, but I didn't enjoy it.
Hashtag
So
not all zebras. We'll just leave it there.
that's
Ashley, thank you
and
so much for
that's
your
it.
time.
Thanks.
Oh boy.
Talk to you soon.